everyone. Hey, Shanna.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Bunny Viper. Who else is it here? Bunny Viper, Fish Ranch Home, Pride More, Jess, Candy, Viazine.
Visine.
Huh?
Visine.
Visine. Monster Fish Gal, Steven, Scott, Ian, Michael, Bird Garden. Hello, Danny, John McKenzie, J Rock, Matt. Hello, Happy Sunday, Patty. Hope you all are doing well. Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna see if I can't get my headphones to work.
Oh, one other thing. Can you go into StreamYard setting, Cam and Mike, and see if echo cancellation is on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is there still an echo?
No.
Oh, okay. Look at me solving problems.
Well, I'm glad it's working now. Hello, Dennis. Let's see. Who else? Patty. RB. Hello, Ricky.
What
Hello,
up, Ricky?
IHSP. Hope you are well today. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
I had a lot of fun and I ate a whole bunch of food. A whole bunch. It was untoward the amount of food that I ate, and I feel no shame.
So, not only did we have Thanksgiving at my aunt's house, my grandma decided she wanted to have another Thanksgiving. So we
Nice.
kind of had another Thanksgiving here today. We had turkey and we had sweet potato with baked sweet potato with marshmallows on it, which was delicious. Hello, Mickey M.
Speaking of Mickey M, he was asking how my date went. Can I tell him?
How was it?
Can I? It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Yeah.
When wasn't this a few days ago?
Yeah. Wednesday, and then another one on Friday.
Oh,
awful.
Both of them?
Yep.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and they fully checked out on paper, so I don't know what I'm getting into.
Nice. What was, just curious, what was so bad?
Well, he was on probation for domestic violence, so that was kind of a big red flag.
This is the second one?
No, that's the first one. That was the first date, and I went on a first date with a different person, and that date wasn't nearly as bad, but he was just really angry about his divorce, like really angry about his divorce. And I was like, oh, I'm not, like, miss me with that. I'm not her. I'm good. Steven says cancel my dirtbags.com membership.
Hey, Rico.
Good to see you, my man. I looked so happy. I was, but here's the thing, like, I figure it's a numbers game, right? Like, if I go through enough frogs, I'll find a prince. And, like, I'm getting really good at the awkward goodbye where it's like, no, I'm not gonna call you. This was
okay, but you shouldn't have to
awful.
but you shouldn't have to get used to you shouldn't have to get used to it in the first place, though, Shanna.
I don't think you understand what modern day dating is
like.
Or how terribly the internet works at, like, conveying anything like a person's real essence.
Trust
like,
me,
it's not.
Yes.
It's very confusing. Oh, Jess wants me to say
Hey,
how long
Max.
he has been divorced. He had been divorced for 4 years. Like his kids were all out of the house. Like it was the perfect opportunity to just be done and over it and move on. And he was still very angry. Hello, Richard.
Did I miss Jenna coming in?
Next
Is Jenna?
Steamy McStreamy giveaway date with Shanna. Oh, yeah, because what could go wrong?
Hello, Jennifer Weaver. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else?
Oh, there she is. She's lurking.
There she is.
I like Jeremy's perspective. Most dudes make it so easy for the rest of us.
Hi, Jeremy.
Oh, Matt says it couldn't get any worse, but it absolutely could.
Oh,
And here's
God.
how. Here's how.
Uh-oh.
You meet up with a guy to go to dinner at a fairly nice hotel. Guy tells you he's staying at the hotel because he's working out of town and he has to run up and change his shirt. So you go up there while he changes his shirt. He turns around so his back is facing you with all the lights on, takes off his shirt, and it's covered in Nazi tattoos. That was probably the most sketchy first date. That's why you don't go to their room. I was like, what's the problem? Nothing's gonna happen. And then I'm like, whoa. Wow.
Yeah, that's...
It was like what could go wrong to after school special like that.
Hello, Mystery Snail Guardian. Yeah, that, no, it can definitely get worse.
Yeah. Ricky says Shanna Banana is out of my price range. I am out of everybody's price range because you can't buy all this.
Hello, Richard McCarthy.
Yes,
Hello,
Richard, I
Cancer
did
Knight.
learn a big lesson that night.
Hey, John Larson. Which actually, I haven't seen you in a little, but the day after Christmas, we are going to LA. Fun. 14 of us at Disneyland. That'll be fun.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. 14 of us, grandma in a wheelchair, and a guide dog. That'll be fun.
Well, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is what you make it. Like, you can go and have fun.
No, we'll have fun. Except 14 of us is quite a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is.
We went to 2 weeks, 14 of us, 2 weeks to Europe. 7 countries, 2 weeks, 7 countries, 14 of us, 2 wheelchairs, and a guide dog. That was also very fun. But yeah, no, it'll be fun.
Well, good.
Hey, Master Aquatics. But yeah, so more vetting needs to be done before the dates.
Well, I mean, for the record, even people with Nazi tattoos don't put that on their Tinder profile. Like, as it turns out, there's some things I guess you just got to see, and I got lucky he decided to change his shirt because, like, what if I actually liked him? What if I had made out with him? Oh my God. What if I had made out with a Nazi? And then I saw, I would, like, have to claw my tongue off. It'd be like, oh, it could have been so bad.
Visine, I would say going not. Oh, yeah, I'd probably say going paragliding off the off of Chamonix, in Chamonix, paragliding and in Chamonix. that I'd say that would be my favorite experience was paragliding off of Chamonix or Mont
What's
Blanc.
Chamonix or Mont Blanc?
Mont Blanc is the large. It's a large. It's a hill so it's a hill and it's a ski resort. So there's a ski resort there,
Oh, okay.
and you can ski in three or four countries: Swiss, French, um, Italian, Italian, and there's Spanish. I want to say. So there's like 3 or 4 borders that you can like ski in, all in that area because that's the border like right there. So you can literally ski in Switzerland, France. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
I can't, like, I skied when I was a super, super little kid, like 4 years old or something, like really, really young. And I remember that it was awesome. But now I think about it and I'm like, my adult body is like, oh, hell no. You are not plummeting down a mountain with those long ass sticks tied to your feet,
See,
like at a million miles an hour. Like, just the idea of getting off the lift. I'm like, how many ways can one person eat shit? Let's see. Like,
see,
new
and
and unique ways every time.
see. So of course, I don't see very well. So when I ski, I have my dad in front and my mother behind me when I
Okay.
ski, so that I have blockers. My mom's
Right.
blocking me. My dad's helping me figure out where to go.
Right.
There was one time where we went early in the morning. Nobody on the run. It was great. So we're all going down. Hey George. So we're all skiing, and we come around a corner. We're all skiing. We're not because it was wide open. We were just all skiing. I was staying on the right hand side because I was a little bit tired, and I did not want to. I didn't want to. I did not want to hit anybody or anything.
Right.
So I decided to ski on the right hand side because I don't see as well out of my right eye. So at least I have something blocking me on my right hand side so nobody comes up on me.
Right.
Of course, that backfired because I come around a corner and there's a snowboarder sitting right in the middle of the ski run or of the run.
Yeah, that would probably be me if I was up snowboarding after wiping out for the 400th time.
Right.
Crawled my way over to the very far edge to stay out of the way.
Well, no,
Wham! Trip somebody else.
Well, so they weren't on. They weren't. They were kind of in the middle.
Oh, gotcha.
They were like right across. Right when you come around the bend, they were right there. So of course, I try and get around. I bailed. My ski didn't pop off. So I was twisting, but my leg was in place because my ski didn't pop off. So I tore my ACL. All 4 of us ski. It was so funny because the doctor who does the ACL surgery, he said there are 2 types of skiers: skiers that have torn their ACL and ones that are going to. And we're like, thanks, doc, because the 3 of them don't ski. The 3 of them also ski, but they've never had any. They have
catastrophic wipeouts.
Knock on wood, have not had any surgery due to skiing. But I thought I was like, okay, thanks a lot. That's really nice. I thought it was kind of funny, but I don't think my dad really appreciated him saying that.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
So I think there was one question. So Jenna I think Jenna was asking what your favorite European vacation would be. Or
I have never been to Europe. I've been to Texas recently. I went to Tijuana once over Christmas. That was creepy. It was deserted. Felt like another after school special. I broke
I
my ID in half while I was playing with it, and then I was afraid they weren't going to let me back in the country. But they did.
oh, how do you break your I? Okay, you know what? I don't even want to know.
I was just flexing it like this, so that it
Oh,
was
just
going wah,
fiddling with it a
wah,
little bit.
wah. Yeah, I was just
I'm
futzing around with
surprised that
it, and it went
I'm
snap, and I was like,
I'm. Oh
oh
snap!
dear. No, snap. Snap, oh snap.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, but they let me back in, so all's well that ends well.
Well, that's good. So, Shanna, can you tell us as much background as you can about yourself,
Oh my gosh.
or as much as you're willing?
Well, um, I am a mom. I have a super awesome 15-year-old son named Ben. He's recreationally slaying at high school. Oh God, I guess I shouldn't say it that way, but he's doing really great. He's getting super good grades. He's got a good group of friends. You know, he's doing awesome. Uh, I was quite the hooligan during my youth. My son is quite the opposite. I'm incredibly grateful for that. And I currently drive a forklift, which I feel like is pretty badass. And I move a bunch of boxes. Oh, and my official job title is package puller at a lubricant plant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Legitimately what it is. And I run around on a forklift. I drive it for like 40 seconds, jump off, load a bunch of heavy boxes from one pallet to another, jump back on,
Oh,
right in
fun.
another 40 seconds, jump off, move boxes. Super good workout.
Yeah, I would imagine. Now, me on a forklift, I don't know if you'd want me back there. How long have you been keeping fish?
Almost 3 years now. So not super long. I got into it because an ex had a couple saltwater tanks and I felt like he probably wasn't doing it right. So I started learning all about it so that I could do it right and show him how he
And
was wrong. And I did. And the relationship didn't last, but my love of fish did.
was he doing it wrong?
He was. He was, in fact, doing it wrong.
Well, okay, now I have that begs the question: what was he doing wrong?
Too much light,
Oh,
not enough water changes. They're saltwater tanks, but they're nanos, so you still have to do like weekly water changes. And that's kind of a pain in the butt, like if you only have one 13-gallon tank because you're mixing your salt water up in a 5-gallon bucket. And so, like, every water change takes a minute. As opposed to, like, now I have a big trash can that I use as a reservoir, and I just fill that up with the RO
for,
machine the night before and heat it and dump in the
for a
salt and add a
saltwater
power
tank?
head. Mm-hmm.
What size tank do you have for your saltwater?
I have a 20 and a 13.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Danikin. Hope you guys are doing well.
Oh, do they make personal lube, industrial lube, or is there a difference? It is engine lubricants as well as oh, like boot grease, and like we service a lot of butcher shops. We have mineral oil and like all sorts of oil. And we're fixing to get propane.
Really quickly, IHSP, I think in God, what stream was it? It was right before Casual Aquatics stream. Casual Aquatics was talking with ADHD Aquatics, and she was talking about sizing bulkheads. I'm pretty sure she, like, at the end, somewhere around the end ish, she was talking about sizing them. So you might want to check that out. Sorry, really quick.
Oh, it's all
Just
good.
a really quick comment, since I saw it in chat, and I think I mentioned it on the other one. But
Yeah.
so I think I know what it is, but what is your favorite fish species or aquatic animal?
Well, that would be an axolotl. Because I love them. Because they are so derpy and wonderful and awesome and cool. And I had an axolotl, and then he died, and I was heartbroken, and I have not been able to bring myself to get another one since
Okay,
because I
awesome.
miss Frankie so much.
Oh. Yeah, well, you
So
had
now
him.
his tank's full of mystery snails, which I'm also a huge fan of.
What kind? And I'm assuming, where did you get them, Roxanne?
Yes, I have all different kinds. I have like all
Oh.
the colors.
See, the problem for me is I think my water is too soft.
I put wonder shells in there with them.
Wonder shells are not cheap, though. Wonder shells are pretty expensive to put in there, though. I don't know. That's just me. What would your dream tank be? I know, there's so many.
Probably like a 33 long for a pair of axolotls. Because I love the low slung tanks and smaller tanks. And
Okay, that's
it'd be a little bit of extra water changing as opposed to like a 40 breeder, but still, like, I really love the low slung tanks.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that you like a 30, but yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, fish ranch, home, 500-gallon would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and apparently you can use Tums, the unflavored Tums.
Yes.
And eggshells. Like crush them with a mortar and pestle.
I actually might try eggshells or I haven't tried Tums yet. I might. I don't know. If I get into mystery snails, I might. I haven't gotten into them yet.
Yeah.
Quite yet. I've tried and I can't figure out how to get it. So Shanna got low.
Yes, I did. Patty buys calcium blocks for turtles. I didn't even know that was a thing. Good to know.
So I know you have saltwater and freshwater, right?
Yes.
So I guess what tanks do you have right now?
All right, so I have 2 saltwater tanks. One's a water box 20-gallon cube, and the other one is a something 13-gallon. They're both all-in-ones. They both have coral and fish and snails and crabs. The one has a sea urchin and a chromie. The other has a pair of clownfish. I've been battling just really wicked algae from there being too much light, and I have I can't remember the name of anything right now. I'm the worst name dropper. I have the really good lights, but they were turned up too high on blue because it's
Not
really
pestle.
good for the
No,
coral. but it's not good
I know.
for the algae. It makes the algae go like crazy, and it's finally starting to clear up.
Well, that's good. It's just starting to clear up.
Yeah, yeah. And then freshwater, I have two 20s, a 10, and a 5-gallon. And in the 5-gallon, I have my one and only shrimp that's still alive. And he's just been trooping along for like 2 months by himself. I have platies and endlers and plecos and mystery snails in one of the 20s. In the 20 long, I just have mystery snails. In the 10, I have guppies and beta, A beta, and snails. And I think that's everything. Oh, and I have 2 empty tanks.
What? How do you call yourself a fish keeper and have 2 empty tanks? And didn't you just come back from Dallas like a few weeks? Not too
Because
long
I'm
ago?
getting ready to move. I wasn't going to set up tanks before I've moved and figured
Have
out
you
what I'm going
moved
to do
yet,
with.
or not
No,
yet?
no,
Okay.
beginning of the month.
Okay. And you found a place already?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And I do have soft water from the tap. Very soft water.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
use
See,
Wonder Shells so much.
that's my problem. Mine are my tanks are real. Like my water is like 32. It's like it comes out at 10 and then it goes down to like 6 after it gasses off, and I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I have a RODI unit too, so a lot of times I'll just remineralize. Because it's easier to have a giant reservoir of room temperature water to do water changes with than cold water.
I do feel like it's I don't know. For me, I kind of like having soft water because then I can always make it harder, whereas it's a little bit harder to go from hard to soft.
Yeah,
Just
you
me.
have to have a RODI unit.
Yeah.
Or at least an RO unit.
So, what is the first fish or aquatic animal you've ever kept?
It would be that chromie that's upstairs in the 13-gallon tank. The saltwater.
Wait.
Was the first one I ever took care of.
Hey, Joey. Hope you are well.
Yeah, y'all, smash that like button. Smash it.
Hey, Joey. So the first tank you ever had was a salt water tank?
Mm-hmm.
That was your first one you had?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
The first
awesome.
one that I owned myself was a 5-gallon saltwater tank, which is like, yeah,
Ooh.
with coral and livestock. It was like a death trap. Like, it did not go real well. At the end, I got it stabilized mostly, and then it crashed one more time, and I was like, nope, this is becoming a freshwater tank. I'm done. I'm done with this game.
Oh. What? Thanks, Joey. Um, do you keep any other animals?
No, not as pets. I don't. My roommates have dogs, so we have dogs in the house. And one of the dogs used to be my dog, but he abandoned me, which I'm actually fine with because he was a wiener dog and a terrible dog. And now he's even a worse dog for my roommate, and he poops her bed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he's not loyal, and he'll poop in your bed. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
I've
I
never
don't like.
had a terrible dog before. I didn't think they existed. Turns out they do.
uh, yeah, it was fun. I got to talk to Joey. I think it was at Pensacola Brewery, more so. That was fun. Um, what what other hobbies do you have?
Oh, well, I got hobbies. Let me tell you what. Where should I start? I'll start with most recent to oldest. How's that? Um, I outside of fish keeping, I love being out in nature every Saturday, except right now while I'm packing and moving. I go out to the woods and explore old logging roads and take pictures and videos and I drive about half the day, stop, have a fire, do a picnic, like chill till the fire burns out and then go explore some more. So that
Gee,
takes up a solid day of my week. Um,
that's
I
awesome.
also crochet. I love to bake. Like I can bake bread from scratch and all
I
that good
need to learn
stuff.
how to make bread. The problem for me is if I make it, I eat it.
Yeah, that is the
I have
problem.
no willpower whatsoever. Sorry, what were you saying?
Um,
I like cut you off.
I don't
Hobbies.
remember what I was saying. I was reading Ricky's comment that he had a cat that would use the bathroom on his bed and he had to get rid of her. That's definitely accurate.
Oh yeah. I like Dennis's comment.
How's a wiener dog get on the bed? That's the thing. You put him there because he's such a demon. If you don't put him there, he'll just run around and like jump up on you and whine and whimper and then eventually shit the floor because you didn't give him what he wants and he's
Hey,
spiteful.
better than on the bed.
Right? Well, and I agree with Stephen P that cat pee is the worst. The worst.
Yeah. What advice would you give somebody getting into the hobby?
Patience. Oh my gosh, patience. Take time.
Patience. Patience. What's that?
Slow. Easy does it. Move slowly. Um, like it takes time to cycle a tank, and then once your tank's cycled, like slowly add fish. Don't go to the fish store and buy all of the fish that you want for that tank. Go slowly. When you start feed them a very small amount at the start. Slowly increase. Um, go slow. Easy does it. Otherwise, like, and I started with saltwater, so you would think like the learning curve is extra steep and the stuff is like extra expensive. I would like when my tank would crash, it was like there goes $500 and I'm sitting here crying. Like all I had to do was slow down.
Oh, Joey. Yeah, that's fun. If you don't like cats, get two Savannahs. You'll hate them more. I got two. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I'll give you that, Steven. My uncle had one. Well, they had like three or four. My uncle got divorced, and they got divorced, and doing well, Scott. They took all of the other, or she took like the three other cats and left him with the Mancoon, and it was mean. We went over it literally scratched my brother's leg, and it was not fun.
So, This is a 10-gallon with like a whole bunch of algae growing on it. And it's got a bunch of guppies and the world's least effective guppy color betta ever, and snails. And it's got sponge filters. And this one was Frankie's old tank, but is empty for now. Rip, little buddy. And is full of mystery snails. So they're in there just enjoying it. And it's got 2 sponge filters in it.
Okay. What was your most difficult experience? I know that you had a hard
Losing
time.
Frankie, but second most difficult that I haven't talked about, I had a carpet anemone in my little 5-gallon, and it got sucked up into the power head the first night, and by morning everything was dead. It was just a foamy mess. I actually called in sick to work that day and like laid in bed and cried. It was my first catastrophic tank crash, and I was just about done with fish keeping at that point. And then I went back to the fish store and saw more fish, and I was like, never mind, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I can see that being difficult.
Yeah, nobody gets into fish keeping to start fish killing. That's
Yeah,
not the point. It's
although
just it happens.
it comes with that comes with the territory. Although you try not to.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what is the most rewarding or exciting part, or aspect of the hobby for you?
When I figure out new things, like I'm on the verge of no longer being a plant murderer, like I can feel it. It's coming, and I'm super excited about that. And then I'll be excited about like I'll do the whole HAPS thing or BAPS thing, whichever it is, through my club where I like tree stuff, bring stuff in and trade it out for points, and like I'm super competitive. So anything like that where I can get a certificate or an award, I'm about it. And plants are like real low cost entry. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with plants without super fancy stuff. And then once you've done all that stuff, you can get into the super fancy stuff because you already know everybody. And if you know fish keepers, you know that they got something extra that you probably need. You can trade something out. Little horse trading, touch a gun smoke, bam, Planet Aquarium.
Yes, I think who it was. I was talking to Stephanie, Queen of Reef, and I think that's how she gets a decent amount of her cool corals and stuff that she gets. Is she trades for them, or at least gets them from other friends that she has that also do saltwater.
Yeah.
It is really nice when you get into the hobby and you have a group of friends that you can do it with. It's nice being, especially even going to your local fish clubs. You don't know them, but I feel like a lot of times you can get pretty good deals on them because they want to help. They want to get different species out there, and so it's always fun.
Well,
When
for
going
me,
to
without a doubt, the most, I should have said this earlier, but the most rewarding aspect of fish keeping hasn't been the fish at all. It's been the community that I've found and the friends that I've made, and like the interactions that I get to have with everybody are so like, these are my friends. Y'all are my friends. You're who I hang out with. You're who I talk to. Like
I,
getting to have that community when like I don't really talk to my neighbors. Like I don't hang out with the people at work after work. Like
I don't get out much at all. I'm always in here in chats or doing something fishy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I know when I think it was like uh, what it's been what 2 years yeah, about 2 years almost, and I know this is really really helpful being on here and talking to everybody. It's been so much fun. I really do like this community.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And talking to everybody online and getting to meet them online, talking to them, going up on panels, and then actually meeting them in person. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Meeting you, meeting Kenny, meeting Joey. I mean, everybody. I had so much fun going to Fishtoberfest in Aquashella, Dallas. Oh, that was awesome. And I'm so happy I went to Fishtoberfest first because I got to bring back a few fish and then go to Dallas. So I actually knew how.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's pretty amazing.
I was really happy when you came. It almost felt like I was back in Oregon because I think
Yeah, yeah.
LRB was there. You were there. Who else? There was you and LRB, and then is there anybody else from there? I think those were the main two.
Joey asked if we met, and we did meet, and you'll remember because so my stream is different than Kevin's in that it's not for kids. It is adult fish content, loosely fish content, very loosely. And I asked the whole board of you guys, like, what do you think about adult content in streams? What do you think about when you make content for adults, it having adult language? And everybody except you was like, absolutely not. There is no place for it in fish keeping. And you were the one person that was like, well, I think there's a time and place for everything. But then afterwards, you were like, you had thought my question was about something else. And I was like, no, you just got to check out my channel, 503 Aquatics, and you will see why I would ask about adult content.
Jenna, it'll be nice finally being able to meet you there. It'll probably be easy to see Steven, but it'll be nice meeting you there. I just got the hotel room for it today.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, I just got the ticket, the hotel room. I couldn't get the plane ticket yet, but
Well, this is a bad time of year to buy plane tickets, isn't it? Or does it only matter when you're traveling? Yeah, because, like, they were just saying, like, all the plane tickets are more expensive right now. Is it just for ones where you're traveling right now, or is it more expensive to buy tickets at all?
Well, I think it's for this time of year.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I think it's more just for this time of year because it's coming up to Christmas time. They are more expensive. But I'm looking at for July, so hopefully not too bad. But but there are no tickets right now because it's too early. Hello, new local Austin. It was really nice meet. I met so many people at Aquashella Dallas and Fishtoberfest. I had a blast. Can't wait for next year. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the Triple Crown. Everybody's going to be there. Everybody from FishTube is going to be there. And it's like I'm finally going to get to meet all of my friends at the same time, and I'm going to hug them all. And, like, if they don't like it, they can just hold their breath. That's fine. I'll be okay with that. I got to meet everybody.
Oh, heck. Yeah. There were two people, I think, that were there that one of them came over and said hi to me, which I was really happy about. But there was another one that I didn't get to meet because I think she was only there for a little bit. But Oh yeah, and you do ladies' night too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Saturday morning cartoons and ladies' night.
Um,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
but I was surprised because Joey, you were only there Saturday. I was hoping to see you there
He was there
Sunday.
on Friday too.
I don't think I. Oh yeah, he was there on. But I don't think I. I didn't really get to talk to him much on Friday.
Yeah.
I definitely got to talk to him more on Saturday.
I will
But
not be bringing Ben to the Triple Crown because it would be expensive and he's not really that into fish. If he
are
was
you
super
going?
into fish, I would figure out, yeah, I'm going. I would figure out a way to do it, but he's not. He wouldn't like enjoy it. And unless you're going to enjoy it, I'm not paying for it.
Oh, so you are cool. So you are going. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
see. So I'll see you there, and hopefully Fishtoberfest if everything goes well. Patty, yes, but that's not for lack of trying. Usually, it's everybody else in chat or up on stream. Just saying.
Oh, Joey said I was a mess. My anxiety was through the roof. Same. That's why I kept disappearing. Every day I had to go take like an anxiety nap. It was so many people and people like that I was like nerding out excited about. It was whoa, it was so much.
Yeah, Mickey. I'm trying to think of people who I met at Aquashella or at Fishtoberfest and then saw at Aquashella Dallas. But I think it was um, you, and then there was one other, I thought. But it was fun seeing you at both. I was actually hoping. I was actually. Thanks, Joey. Um, what I do to you? Well, okay. You know what? Don't answer that.
You're a
Um,
little bit behind in chat, aren't you?
well, I'm going through the questions. Sorry, and it's way too small on here. But yes, I think I am. It's way. It's hard to talk to you and also read chat and see the small, tiny.
Yeah. Print.
Roundhouse. I've been 4 times. I've been, or yeah, 4 times within. No, 4 trips within the last 6 months. I think Hawaii, Oregon, Dallas. There was. I thought there was one. At least 3. I thought there was one more. No, 3. I've been on 3 different trips. So 6 or 7 times. Hey, Jesse. Let's see.
Chat is popping tonight. What? I'm like working real hard at not reading stuff on your stream that I would highlight on my stream. I keep going to click on stuff over here and I can't do anything. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, I probably shouldn't put that up.
Yeah. So, let's see. The Triple Crown is the ACA is hosting. I think it's the ACA is hosting the event. It's ACA, AKA, ANCFA, and
And
ALA.
ALA.
And they're all, I think it's like 4 or 5 days. Oh, yeah, now I see. Now I see. Yeah, I am behind. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm really I just did it. Let's see what other. Okay, now I'm pretty much at the bottom. It was fun meeting every. I really met. It was.
Chat's on fire. They're killing it. Oh,
What is he? Why is he saying just build a 200-gallon?
I
Two
can't
thousand
explain
gallon?
that on your stream.
Oh.
Short version is size matters.
I much prefer trolling than being on camera. Yeah, Joey.
My arowana don't want none unless you got a pun, son.
Since Kevin is too busy to interview, I'll say I'd swim in that 2000. Yeah, that would actually be kind of fun. Although
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd want to swim in that arowana tank.
Yeah. No, I don't want to swim with the arowanas. Kevin,
Yes,
how old are you?
technically. Well, I am 20.
Nope. Not an adult. Not yet.
18. Aren't you technically an adult at 18?
Not according to me.
Legally,
Keep
you're
talking that way, you won't be an adult till 23.
no cool fish people here. It's Kevin's stream.
Harsh.
Thanks, Joey.
Harsh.
I do like. I wish we could have Asian arowana here. Hey, BDA. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, this is a good question. Mick M said, ask Shanna what fish she would like to have if there were no restrictions on tank size, money, or import. I would have sturgeons in a massive pond.
Well, that's why I was asking what your dream tank would be.
Well, that's not a tank, though. It's a massive pond.
Well, you could have a huge tank.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'd have a huge pond. Also, I would love to have a bunch of property with a massive pond and a houseboat in it that I lived in. I don't know why. I know it seems weird. I think it's weird. I think it's weird. And I still want to do it because I love houseboats and tiny little things.
What kind of sturgeon?
Oh gosh. I can't think of what kind it is right now. I want to say like whitetail, but that's not it. It's the kind they have at Bonneville Dam. Like Herman. There's a dam that's sort of close to my house and they have a fishery there. And uh I keep getting distracted by chat. I'm like,
I know.
what is happening here? Oh, so
That's
and they
why.
have a giant pond with a glass viewing panel. And you can look in there, and one of the sturgeon is huge, and his name is Herman. And whenever I would get feeling like all icky inside, I would jump in my car, drive up the gorge, go to Bonneville, and like stare at Herman. And it made me happy.
Huh. You want? Yeah, actually, that would be kind of cool. A cuttlefish tank. I'd love a massive discus tank. That with like, oh my gosh, that would be fun.
White sturgeons. Maybe it is white sturgeons. Yes, I'm on
Oh,
Tinder. It's a train wreck. Lots of good stories are coming from it, though. It's like a content creating machine. Online dating. We.
hi, Jesse. Hey, Jay Oliver. It was also nice meeting you at Aquashella.
Yeah.
That was fun. Are you going to the are you going to the Triple Crown? I forget whether you said you were or not.
I am. Yep.
Mystery Snail Guardian. Oh my gosh. I have so much fun in these chats. So, Shanna,
Yeah.
you said you like fish, but you said you'd like to get into more plants?
Well, I want to have planted fish tanks now. Like what Stephen P has. So I'm just going to talk to him and I'm going to copy everything he does and then hopefully that'll fix my plant murdering ways. Also, apparently I need a sand cap. That'll help me out a lot too.
What, you have dirty tanks without a sand cap?
Well, I have Eco Complete without a sand cap.
You don't need a sand cap for eco.
Well, my plants don't stay down in it.
Do you have enough?
Sand?
No, eco complete. How much eco complete do you have? Because I have to have like 2 pounds of sand or 2 pounds of eco complete per gallon.
It's about 4 knuckles deep. Jenna P says, Shanna, Steven doesn't actually have any real fish, just plants and some cute computer editing. I have 6 tanks right now, Jay Oliver. 2 are saltwater and 4 are freshwater.
See, how come Steven's willing to give you plants but not me? How dare he? No, but I bought. So it was fun at I really wish I bought. I bought more. Or not bought more, but I wish that I did what Taylor did.
Which is what?
Oh, did you not? So Taylor did just put out a video yesterday or the day before. And it was on all the stuff what she brought back, and she had a full suitcase of wood. She brought back a whole bunch of wood with her.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on her carry-on, she brought the bettas. But I was like, and the bettas she got were actually pretty cool. I liked the bettas she brought back with her.
Well, I should hope so. Isn't she like Taylor the Betta lady or something?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But I don't think she got them until the end, and they actually were doing pretty well. They look great.
Cool.
But yes, she is awesome.
Awesome. I liked her Halloween costume.
See you, Joey. Whose?
Taylor's.
What, the bones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. I really like that too. And I think Sandy, her mother, sent me a video of Taylor dancing in the black lit. I think it was
in the black light.
With all those fish tanks. and she was dancing in there. It was, oh my gosh, that was, and her the bones, the outline of the bones were all lit up. That was cool. And then she had on the crazy glasses. Oh, that was fun. I really enjoyed seeing that one. See you, Joey. Thanks for coming in. For keeping cuttlefish here. Really?
I think you need a special license for keeping cuttlefish here in Europe now. Super smart animals who need stimulation or maybe even advanced training programs for not getting depressed or bored.
BDA had a channel, Bottom Dweller Aquatics. Was it? Yeah, it was Bottom Dweller Aquatics. But he had to make a new account for some odd reason. You just need a mirror, like birds, LOL. Yeah, I love it when I go into restaurants and stuff, and they just have a bunch of or a whole wall of mirrors. I'm like, which way do I go? Where do I go? I always get so discombobulated.
I'm always horrified. I like walk in front of it, look over, and I'm like, oh God, what is that? What is happening here? I was not prepared for that.
Well, then again, I don't like watching myself, nor do I like hearing myself talk. So, yeah. Just bottom dwellers include snails. Snails roam around all over. I really like how the mystery snails climb up the wall of the tank, and then they kind of, what do you call it? Float to the bottom. They like just, well, not, was it? Yeah, I guess float. But they kind of just like glide. It's I really like how they float to the bottom. They like just let go and just drop. It's kind of fun. I plan to have a couple of them. They'll get plenty of exercise and stimulation through the form. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I have not been able to get them to breed for me though, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. Parasnailing. Thank you, Mystery Snail Guardians. It was also really nice meeting her. Although I wish I got to talk to her more. I did really enjoy meeting her at Fishtoberfest.
She's super cool, Annette.
I was also wondering where the heck you were for like the first 3 hours.
I was hiding in the hotel room.
I know. No, but I originally I was like, "Where'd you go?" I was so excited to finally meet you, and then you came down, and I'm like, "Oh, there she is! Yay!"
Yep. Gotta leave them wanting more.
Oh God, Shanna. So, what is your favorite? What I'm curious. If you could have a species only tank, what would it be?
Axolotls. For sure.
How many can you have together?
Like 2. I mean, you can have more, I'm sure, but like 2 is the most I would want to do. Maybe 3 if they're all the same gender.
Mystery Snail Guardian says, I was too busy stalking Shanna to interact with others.
I was busy hiding. So what other questions you got for me, Kevin?
Well, I was hoping to see one or two of your tanks, if that's at all possible.
Not really, because I have the computer.
Oh,
If I was
okay.
on my phone, then that might be easier, but the
Yeah, no
computers are like
worries.
all plugged in and stuff, and
No
I will drop
worries.
it in my fish tank, and then you'll call me Moist Shanna, and I'll be like, I don't like that nickname.
No, I'll just call you Matt 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah, and I forgot about that when we were at Fishtoberfest. I can't remember if it was the same guy or two different guys, but they were taking pictures of us.
Of who?
Of me and Annette. It was like sneaky style, but like super obvious also.
Huh.
Like he was standing over here and he'd be like,
Oh, God, Matt.
"Oh, Joey wants to jump up here with us."
Let's see.
There's nothing wrong with Moist Matt as a nickname for you, Matt. I just don't want my nickname to be Moist Shanna because there are different connotations.
Oh, Shanna.
And is it why my wife won't be Moist Melissa? Yes, it is. It is why.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay,
Ruh-roh.
maybe,
Are you not moist, Shanna? I am not moist. I am not moist. Haven't been moist on any of my dates either. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll give you that, Jess. Yeah, Jess 2.0. Yes,
Yeah.
I do remember that, although I've done that many times too. I was more referring to the dropping it into a tank.
Matt says they sell lube. I should know. I'm a package handler.
Did it not? Okay, it did go through. Dang.
Quit going out with weirdos and maybe you will, Shanna. I'm trying not to go out with weirdos. I'm trying very hard not to go out with weirdos. I message them on Tinder, and then if they do something right, I give him my phone number and we text, and then if he does something right, I call him and then we talk on the phone. And with two of them, I knew it was fucked up then, but I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And then if they're good on the phone, we meet. And you know, it's all downhill from there.
She's a package puller, LOL.
I am. That's my actual job title is package puller. Oh, that's another thing. Right? You all have met me and you know what my sense of humor is like. So when I tell these guys that I'm a package puller, if they don't either laugh or have a snarky comment, then I'm like, nope, it's not going to work. I know that may seem opposite of what it should be, but if you're going to hang out with me, like, you have to get the jokes. You got to be able to pick up what I'm putting down.
It's no fun if they don't get the jokes, though. I'm just saying.
I know.
That's kind of a requirement. It's kind of hard when people, they don't get those jokes. And you have to repeat it again.
Well, I am talking to another guy, and we're meeting tomorrow night.
Ooh, keep us updated. Uh-oh.
He's being super cool.
All right, fine.
What's up? Welcome,
Hey.
welcome, man.
I don't know if I can hear you guys, if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear
We can
us?
hear you. How are you?
Oh, you've got it. YouTube's playing.
I don't know if you guys can hear me or.
We can hear you. We hear YouTube as well. There we go. Is it the
Un
headphones?
momento. You good? You good? Just hold on a minute. You'll be fine.
This was you having issues with your headphones earlier.
I know. I did this whole thing earlier.
This feels like deja vu.
Is the audio better?
It's really quiet.
Wait for it.
Oh, here we go.
So
There we go.
one of the other things that I like to do is those
Have you been hanging out with Rico? Because he does that to me too. He'll be like, Shanna,
No,
Shanna,
why am I so
can you
shiny?
hear me? I'm like,
No.
"Ah."
I don't know who Rico is. I know the Rico law.
Oh.
That's it.
I know, Rico Stan.
Everything's reversed here. It's really creeped me out. All right, everything's mirrored. I got
Oh
the-
yeah.
Oh shit! Is this Kevin's stream?
Yeah, it is. You
think
can't
so.
click on any of the comments or anything.
Why am I itchy? All right, well, I'll
It's
make it
because
work.
I'm giving you hives. I have that effect on
No,
people.
I don't think you realize how much I dislike that young man sitting there.
Oh. You dislike
Well,
him so much
hey,
you
if
hang
you
out
Am
Am
here
I
at
too
shows.
loud? Am I overwhelming?
I feel bad for you.
Why do I look like I just got done running a marathon? Why am I so sweaty?
Hey, Joey, I feel bad for you. At least if I need to, I can always do this, but you can't. So I apologize. But hey, you're
I would
my God.
stuck.
I would love to be able to reciprocate any sort of feelings towards you, but I just can't and won't. I have no emotions towards you in any way whatsoever.
Thanks, Joey.
The only
Appreciate
time,
it. Thank
the
you.
only time the word "like" comes up with me when it comes to you, like if I were to say I like, well, that would never happen. If I like Kevin, no, that would never happen. I would like you to leave my life. That's the only time the word "like" and Kevin will come into play.
Hey, anytime you'd like, if you like to
Have to
leave,
hydrate.
you're more than welcome. But I think you came in here, if I'm not mistaken. Now, why you did that, I'm not quite sure. But then again, you are you. So
Yeah. And that's
Oh
how
my
some
gosh.
people pronounce water.
sometimes
You
I
are
have,
you, Joey.
sometimes I have to question your
How do I make this
judgment.
work?
But
I think I'll
You
just
just
draw my
gotta
hair out.
flip it back. Just
I want to hear about
flip
Shanna,
it.
Shanna.
Shanna,
Oh,
like
oh, I
Shanna
forgot.
Banana.
Boozy. Okay. I'm just gonna call you Shanna. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's good because that's my name.
All right. Let's continue with the Tinder stories.
Okay, so one time, well, I already told this story, but it's so good it bears repeating. I ended up in a hotel room with like a prison Nazi. He was changing his shirt and he had a skinhead on a cross and a bunch of Totenkopf tattooed all over his back. And I was like in the hotel room and he's between me and the door changing his shirt, and it went from like, what could go wrong? It's gonna be fine, to, oh my gosh, this is actually an after school special. So, yeah, that's
Well,
always
I-
a fun one.
I've
Still haven't
seen it,
figured
yeah.
out how to properly screen it out.
I've seen you in person, and I think it's the way you carry yourself that attracts those types of people. Because you're not unattractive. I would love to take a look at your Tinder profile and tell you what's wrong with it. That's like making you attract
Oh,
these types of
gosh.
people. Because I met you, and I was like, well, when I heard you asking these questions, like, I don't. Well, how long has this been going? Longer than 3 minutes? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you can curse now, Kevin, and YouTube can't and won't do anything about it. But just be careful with the cursing. Maybe like slang for poop and stuff. And I'll try to control myself. But when you were asking your question, I thought you were coming at me. 'Cause
I
my
know.
Instagram.
I felt
was like,
so
"God damn
bad.
it." Well, you didn't
I
have to
was
feel
like,
bad.
I wasn't at all.
I was like, you would have got
But
a
as
real.
soon as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that could look like that, huh?
Yeah, well, it's bound to happen and stuff. But when people put you on the spot and you're live, I'm like, okay, let's be politically correct and let's come up with the proper answer. But like, and
It
and
was
this
so
and that and the
perfect though,
other
because
thing.
you were the only one who was even a little bit encouraging. Everybody else was like, absolutely not.
Well, the ironic thing about like people like saying Joey's a bully and shit is like I talked to that guy today. We're friends, and like I'm guiding him through college, like. And people are like, "Oh, Joey's taking down the videos." He had college interviews, and like, who cares what happened? Like, I think that like because I got 1 million subscribers, that I went viral in 2017, and it's so. That's the worst part about it is like, and that's why I don't want to speak anymore. I don't want to be in the spotlight anymore. I just want to enjoy the hobby. Otherwise, I'm out. Like, otherwise, I'm like, I'll just. Well, I'm not doing this all by myself.
Right.
Although I cut my power bill in less than half recently, so it's definitely more affordable. It went from like $700-800 a month to like $200 because I switched out I started building everything myself again. I was like, oh, remember why you did this in the first place, broke ass?
Right.
Yeah.
I miss you doing the DIYs. I know why you switched the format, but I really did like the DIYs.
I'm sorry, Shanna. I don't know if it happens to you, but I get a little sick to my stomach when he talks.
Shut up, Joey. Shut
Harsh.
up, Joey.
Harsh.
No.
Harsh.
Kevin's a good sport in person because I like to joke and I like to have fun. I like to just be me and have a good time. And Kevin was the first time like we were one-on-one and nobody was around. It was just me and him and his dog. And I was like giving it to him and he was laughing, having fun, and he'd give it back. And it was a good time, and I really appreciated that out of you, Kevin. I thought that you're a good guy.
I was looking for you on Sunday, and then I realized you ditched me. I'm like, how dare you?
Well, you'll notice that I call you guy and things like that. I'll never call you man, for obvious
Oh,
reasons.
gee, dang.
Oh my gosh.
I don't.
Oh my
Is that-
gosh, you boys.
Is that nicotine or
Yes.
so?
Nicotine.
Canada eliminated flavors.
Oh, in Oregon, where
Hey,
I
Mountain
live,
Top
they're doing
Puffer,
that too.
Beaver.
But luckily, up
Hope
in
you're doing well.
Washington, I can still get flavored stuff because I was smoking like a pack a day since 13, and like the flavored vape things
Yeah.
got me off cigarettes.
Since you were
so
what?
I'm like
16?
13.
13? How? Well, vapes just came out. How old are you? 12?
I'm 40.
15? Pardon?
I'm 40. 40.
You didn't- So vaping at 13
No,
is a
I
li-
smoked cigarettes.
is a
at
lie.
13.
Oh, I was going to be like, no, nobody vaped.
No.
Either you're not 40
No.
or you were not vaping at that point.
No, I smoked cigarettes from the time I was 13 till like 7 months ago,
Yeah.
and
It
then
did it for
switched
me,
over
too.
to vaping.
I tried Champex. Do you ever do that?
Yes, I didn't respond well to it. I had the
dreams.
worst anxiety. Like
The dreams for me, I go to bed with popcorn. I couldn't wait to see who Joey was going to be tonight. And
that's awesome.
what
Glitch.
trouble I was going to get into.
Glitch.
I was Clifford the Big Red Dog in all my dreams. I loved it. The only thing that helps me with quitting is vaping, of course, and then you can lower your nicotine dosages, and then the patch and things like that might possibly work. And but for me, it's like drinking, because if I drink, I'll like smoke a cigar. Just give me anything to smoke, you know. My anxiety was through the roof, and like 2 years ago I started trying CBD oil and stuff like that, and that was helping. And I never smoked anything or did drugs of any type, and I'm sorry, Kevin, that this is going so
No.
deep and dark, but then I started,
No, it's all good.
then I started smoking a little bit of weed, and I can only do it at nighttime in bed when I'm watching The Office and if I have snacks. Other than that, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm so,
no,
I'm so
I don't
little.
have.
I'm so
Yeah.
little. Look at me on my little screen. I'm like a little Oompa Loompa. I need a better camera angle. Yo, it's Joey from the...
There we go. There's that angle we know.
There we go.
Yeah.
Although you should move the camera. Well, then again, I don't know.
I can't move the camera because the camera we're using right now, I didn't have time to set up anything, is just the computer that hangs from my ceiling, because I thought that was a good idea. It was a good idea when it was in my basement, but now that it's in like the gallery, it's hanging as low as it can, and it's still not low enough. That's what she.
I mean, I guess. Well, yeah. I guess any other angle might be an improvement, but then again, with your
Oh my
I
God.
don't know if that would work.
These two boys. I tell you what. I tell you what.
Hey, he started it. He started it.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I swear to God.
Sweet
Sweet
8
baby
pound, 7
Jesus.
7-ounce baby Jesus.
Sweet little diaper wearing, wing having baby Jesus.
Little
I'll pray to
baby
whatever Jesus I want to pray to.
Oh, doesn't even have hair yet. Yeah,
Love that movie.
him too.
Love that movie.
Yeah, Mick M. Let's hope not.
Where's the puppy?
They're on the bed behind him. Oh,
There's a good boy.
They're both right here.
Oh shit, you got 2.
Yeah, she didn't come with me. She's 10.
But you have 2, and that makes sense because you're twice as bad as I thought you were. It's all coming
Yeah,
together.
and you're
Gavin.
like 5. You're like 5 times as bad. So you know.
Did he just say I was 5'10"? Yes.
you're like, yes, I will take that. Oh, so you've met
That's
me.
the
You know I'm
compliment coming from
not
you.
like
Hey,
super
Janae.
tall, but I'm fairly tall. I'm 5'8".
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
I'm fine dating shorter guys. I have no problem dating shorter guys unless they get all weird when I wear heels. And then I'm like, no. You got to be like either you're ride or die with your tall girl.
Yeah.
You can't leave me out there feeling ashamed, like head and shoulders above everyone. You got to get on board, support this, or date short girls. Like,
Yeah,
what ifs?
I think it's. I don't think it has much to do with like the height of. I think when a girl wears heels, it's all about the appearance and the look of her and how she feels. But like, I'm not that tall. I think I'm like 1 inch taller than you, or with shoes I am. But yeah, when my girlfriend wears heels, she's close to, well, depending on the height of her heels and how many inches it is. I mean, she's close to my. I don't care. I mean, I think it has everything to do with ego and a guy's insecurities.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It definitely does. Well, and that's the thing too, because right, like that line between confidence and being cocky, like
Yeah.
how do you balance that sort of scenario?
Well, I think arrogance, cockiness, confidence is all walking a fine line, and it depends on who's digesting it at the time. Because if they already have a predisposition to how they feel about you, if you're confident, they'll call it cocky. If they don't like you, or if they're insecure about you, they'll call you arrogant. It all depends, I guess. It depends.
Well, I don't know. For me, like I'm trying to meet these guys, and like I'm trying to like them. Like I want to like them. I hate dating. I'm ready for like, not dating, like just having somebody to kick it with, that part
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
And like I want to like them, and then some of them just are like super angry or just conceited to the point of not, like I had one guy at the end of the date, he looks at me and he goes, this went well, and I was like, this was terrible, what are you talking about? God bless him.
I wouldn't survive in today's dating game. Oh no, I would. I kind of would until, well, if I wasn't like big on the internet. I
Right.
know I would do well because I understand that it's a numbers game at this point. Because so when I was dating and stuff, you would have to like hang out with them, then maybe ask for their number, and then call them and wrap yourself up with that like cord that
The
looks
cord.
like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd be sitting there wrapped up for hours, and no, you hang up.
You hang up. No,
you
hang
hang-
up.
I just wanna
Do you
hear
want to
you
just
sleep.
sleep on
No,
the
just-
phone together?
Yeah.
Let's just stay on
I
the
did
phone
that.
and sleep. Oh
did
yeah,
that
me too.
With
Yeah.
all of my first loves, and I had so many of them. But today it's a numbers game, so I would figure out, and I'm really good at figuring out algorithms and what works and what don't. So I would figure out which line works the best, and then I would copy and paste it and send it out. But I'm not that much of a dog, and I'm a sucker for love. So the first person that responds, I'd probably be with her for the next 20 years. So I'd be screwed either way. I'd be a mess. But yeah, I've been on Tinder. It wasn't me, but I've been screenshotted my Tinder profile several times, and I report them, and eventually I just stopped caring. So if you ever see me in your area, odds are it's not me.
Oh, I'm totally swiping right on you, Joey. I'm
Wink,
gonna be like,
wink.
"What's your name?"
Yeah, oh God, thank
I'm like,
God.
"Do you know that I have talked to the real Joey DIY and you are not him? How about that? How about them apples? Catfish."
Yeah, you're too nice to be Joey. The real Joey's a dick. Yeah. So, anyways, back to you, Kevin. Top 3 reasons why I knew I wouldn't like you as soon as I saw you without hearing your voice.
Oh my God.
Let's go. 1, your hairline. I hate it.
Hairline. Okay.
It's too
Original.
it's
I
too
don't know if I agree with that. But,
I hate it
okay.
because
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
I'm just
Shit's
making up
hilarious.
things as I go, but I could definitely go for a while.
No, really, I couldn't.
Well,
I
I'm an
couldn't-
easy target. There's so much that you could pick apart about me. I've had 13 years of content that you could literally just destroy about me. There's so many
Yes,
there's so
but
many things.
I'm too nice. I'm too nice to do that. Unlike you, you know.
You are nice. You are nice.
You
And
you on the other hand, nobody likes you, so you know.
that's partly true. There's a lot of people that don't like me, and I think about that all the time. And I think about all the times that I've, 13 years of being on the internet, I've made some bad decisions and said some negative things and put myself in a bad light. But then
I think we've all said some things that we wish we didn't.
Well, what I figured out and what I've come to accept is 3% of people don't like me.
Only 3? That's it.
Well,
I think you're being a little bit generous there to
it's
yourself.
statistically accurate. So when you think about
sure.
like 100 people, you meet 100 people, three won't like you. And that's what I go by, like the likes and dislikes on my video. Like 3% aren't going to like it. But when you look at 1 million people and 3%, then we're talking like 30,000 people. So it seems like a lot of people don't like me. But then I got to remember, like a lot of people do like me, and a lot of people do love me, and a lot of things that I do is positive. And we all make mistakes, and we all do stupid things, and we all say stupid things, and we're all having a bad day, and we're all going through some shit sometimes. And
yeah.
the last 3 years have been the 3 most challenging years of my life. Incredibly stressful, and I've let my guard down one too many times. And I actually talk about this, not to promote my podcast, but I've been talking about a lot of these things, about a lot of the things that I regret and the mistakes that I've made. But I've done a lot of positive things. It's so easy to focus on the negative because the squeakiest wheel gets the oil.
Yeah.
But
that is definitely true.
it is what it is. Things happen, and when I think about my career on YouTube, I think about and when I think about how other creators might view me, I think about the path I've led and how you can see what works and what don't. But I've also showed you what you can and can't do, and mistakes and things you probably shouldn't say. But ultimately, I'm not ashamed because I think that the internet is phony in the first place. It's fake. Everybody's living on the internet is living a highlight reel. And at the end of the day, I've got financial problems. I've got personal friend issues. I've got relationship problems. I got family problems. I've got personal issues, just like everybody else. But
life being life, except for
Yeah.
you're doing it under a microscope.
But then you look at somebody that's popular on the internet, and we think that they've got to be perfect all the time, and that's just bullshit. And
I
think
hope
it's
people
show the
don't
part of
still
them.
think
The
that.
people show the part of them that they want to, and they can do that on the internet.
Oh yeah,
Which-
that's what I do. I specifically show the part of it that I want on the internet. I'm
But
very
unfortunately, in real life,
curated.
you can't hit record.
No, but
So
I can
there's-
run away and hide and take a nap. That's what I do. I'm like, I got to go.
Yeah.
I can't. I gotta go. Cut and run.
Hey, Crown Tail. But yeah, I mean, it is hard because when you go on, I mean, you can hit record and you can show the best parts of you.
Mhm.
But when it's in person, it's all out there. And it is, and I do notice that there are many people who are way different in person.
I don't know. So here's the thing. I go back and watch the streams that I'm on because I'm obsessed with doing better tomorrow than I did yesterday. And like I want to know if I'm doing something that looks dumb. Like when I read chat and I go like this. You know, it's not a good look. I wouldn't have known that unless I had gone back and watched it. So there's like the plus side, but if I was having a bad day and I feel like I'm whining about something, it's so in my face that I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. Holy Toledo. And I feel like in real life, I can't go back and watch it. So my memory is a little bit easier on my interpretation of my interactions than maybe a real live recording might be. Because I can be like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then if it's recorded, I'm like, oh.
Well,
I
mean, there's always two
happened.
sides to things, and like.
Oh God,
There's always two sides, and
true.
like for example, there's been instances where if DMs were exposed, and you know, I let people get their views and that sort of thing, and it is what it is. I don't care nearly as much as. Here's the thing: is when people like want to do negative things, they eventually attract all the negative people. And then when they don't continue to do those negative things, they feel like burned out and that's all they want. And people just want to hear negative stuff. Like, let's hear some more drama. Let's hear some more drama. That's why I don't do it on my channel.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I know what's going to come from this. I've been doing it for too long. You can only be negative for so long. Or like, pretend something it isn't. Like, I think I don't know. I think this whole conversation is just, it can go one or two ways. It can go downhill or it can go uphill. Bottom line
we should
is,
definitely go uphill. I wasn't making any commentary about you. I hope you don't feel like I was saying something personally about you. I was just talking about from my own experience. It's a little bit easier to delude myself with my sense of grandeur from real
there's a
life
guy in your
than
chat
internet.
right now. I see him and he's like just chirping, and I'm like, show the DMs then, bro. Like if I was so bad, show the DMs. Like, put them out there and get your views again, and show that I was never actually attacking you or blah 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 blah. And 2 years ago,
I don't know. We don't even have to like talk about this. Like rehashing it for the sake of rehashing it just seems like I'd rather talk to you about like what project you have coming up next. Or you know what? I would rather talk about the Aquatic morning show. My friend Jess's show. You met her at Aquashella too.
Yeah.
She has the corgis, the beautiful corgis. It's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's on at 7 a.m. Pacific, and I think that makes it 10 Eastern. But she's a awesome content creator out there, chugging, working.
I think I've joined those live streams before, and super chatted, all that stuff. I had to take a step back though, because it got to the point that like things were just being taken out of context and re-uploaded, and it wasn't fair. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. But it is what it is. Those things happen.
Yeah, I have no idea what I would do if I was in your situation. I haven't been in your situation. I don't know. I know with whatever little stuff I deal with, I just kind of like pretend like I didn't see it. I'm like, nope, I just don't even care. Not even going to pay attention to you. But I'm like, I don't have the same kind of heat coming at me. It's not.
I don't have heat. I have, what I have is, one-sided stories, and I can't make videos about everybody because here's what happens. If I talk about people that don't like me, they get the attention, which is what they want in the first place. And a lot of people have no integrity. It's just like views over everything. Don't care about the future. Don't care about anything. Just like views over everything. So I just don't bother. I just don't see the point. If things want to be taken out of context, if the narrative wants to be changed and, you know, constantly being changed to like kind of manipulate people's opinions, et cetera, then so be it.
So, Joey, what happened to the gallery?
The public one?
Yeah, I know you were because I know you were starting to take some stuff down from the one at your house, and you were moving it over, and I was watching that video, but what happened?
So I decided, well, during a really silly time in my life, it's just like an opportunity came up to lease this building. And the lease would have probably cost me $120,000 over 3 years. And in that lease, the agreement specifically stated he'd have it up to code by the time I moved in.
Correct.
Let me guess what happened.
And he said that he was gonna have the firewall done, and that and he didn't. And then you started moving in, and he said that he was going to be able to work around you.
Based off the preliminary agreements, and they weren't preliminary. We signed. This was an agreement. He said this would be done. You'll be free and clear to move in at the time that we agree on. Everything will be done. So weeks later, I begin purchasing equipment, purchasing everything that I'm going to need, making contacts with collectors in Peru and all over the world that can only collect animals during a certain time of the year based off of regulations and whatnot. I move in, and this building's still not up to code. But it's too late. I'm 60 grand in, and I'm working with him, and he's like, "No, we'll have it done in a week. We'll have it done in 2 weeks. Every week that passes, it's going to be done. It's going to be done." But I'm already balls deep into this place. So finally, 2 months in, I'm like, okay, now I don't have time to get the permits. Now, even if I do have time to get the permits, I can't get the animals because everything was timed out. I'm very scheduled. I keep everything on a very tight schedule. And, you know, he still never had anything done. He was playing me. All the contractors were telling me the same. So I went and got a lawyer, and that was that. I mean...
So are you not going to do it?
Not going to do it. So he wants a $250,000 lawsuit that he hasn't filed yet, and I'm waiting. And then once he files, I'll countersuit him for $2.5 million, which is lost revenue for 3 years, so here's the thing about the public aquarium. So we all know what happened when I launched the gallery, the internet gallery. We all saw what happened on the internet and how it went viral. And I can prove what it generated and things like that. So when it comes to this building, I can say, without a doubt, there's nothing like this, but there was something that I've done similar to it, which has already been ruled to be admissible. And I think that's why he's putting his tail between his legs. So he'll sue for $250,000. I'll countersue for $2.5 million. And odds are in my favor. I would win, but it's court. I don't know what's going to happen, and it will take 2 to 3 years. And I'm looking at $30,000 to $60,000 in lawyer fees and nothing but stress. And I need to focus. And I'm going through enough as it is, and I'm really going through some shit. And I'm like, I don't care about the money. I never did. I do not care about the money. I made money years ago. I invested. YouTube makes me nothing now. It makes me next to nothing. I don't pull the views, et cetera, et cetera. I do it because I just love it. I enjoy what I do, and I always have. The first 3 to 5 years of making videos, I never made a penny anyways because you couldn't. I just love it. I enjoy it. I have other things that actually pay the bills, and YouTube for me is just part of an extension of my identity at this point. It's who I am. It's what I love doing. But that building's not happening. That could potentially still end up in court. And part of me hopes it does, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, the building's back up for lease. I'm completely out of there. I live in a very tiny town as well. The population's like 12,000. There's not a lot of people here. And we don't have a lot of infrastructure or economy or anything like that. We don't have a lot of buildings available. So the only option would be to buy land and build. But buying land means you have to build outside of town, and I wanted to be right down to. I wanted to do something for the local youth. I wanted to do something for the local economy. I only hope that the building would like break even, so it it wouldn't hurt me financially. My heart is always in a good place, but sometimes I'll just be in a mood and I'll get pissed off and I'll say stupid shit, and a lot of people like to capitalize off that. And it is what it is, but you can never, when it comes to money and that sort of thing, you can only expect people to be their worst, as horrible as it sounds. Is what I've seen time and time and time again. And as soon as this landlord found out who I was, though, that's when he got like all professional and he lawyered up, and well, he had a lawyer, but that's when all communication stopped.
So Crowntail had another question, or a good question for you. So what do you do to quarantine? Because I know that in Canada, it's hard to get meds. And I know you bring in, and you have a lot of fish.
Yeah. So what do we do?
What do you, how do you, when you get in fish, what do you do? What's the quarantine process look like?
So the quarantine process, a lot of hobbyists jump to medications immediately. Why? Why are we dosing these guys with medications, regardless of what it is? It's going to stress them out. We don't even know if anything is wrong with them in the first place. So quarantine for me is a monitoring process. We put them in a isolated tank where we monitor them for 3 to 6 weeks, or 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the species, really. A lot of the time, scaleless fish will show signs of external parasites far sooner than fish with scales. And they succumb to a lot of diseases first. But if a fish shows signs of any sort of illness or parasite at all, Canada has banned all medications. So there's next to nothing that we can do. So water changes, of course, and maybe salt. There's nothing. There's not a whole lot we can do.
So if something crops up, what do you? Because you don't have meds.
Yeah. So
What
when
do
it
you-
comes to let's
some
talk
crops.
about common parasites. So when it comes to ick, first and foremost, a basic understanding of their life cycle and how it works
Heat helps.
is paramount. Well, heat's gonna speed their life cycle up pretty dramatically. So when your fish gets ick and you can identify it, what's going to happen is those parasites are eventually going to drop off the fish. And you almost have to be there when it happens, within hours, to remove that fish and put it in a fresh tank, because those parasites are dropping off of the fish. They're going into the substrate or wherever they can, and then they repopulate. Like one ick parasite turns into 1,000. And there's going to be hundreds potentially that drop off your fish. So when the fish is free and clear of that ick, you might have 24 hours to get that fish out. This is doing it without medication. And then I'm going to put them in a tank that has high concentrations of salt. Because if you're not always dosing your aquarium with salt, then the ick will be susceptible. But the reason why Canada's banned all medications, fish medications, is because a lot of fish in fish farming situations are showing resistance to medications. And
Yes.
wild populations of fish are showing resistance to the medications that we have in the aquarium hobby.
All I've ever used is hot water and salt. Because it's all one, it's all I know how to do. And two, it's worked every time I did it. So, like, I didn't have to do anything else.
Yeah. That's it.
So how's your fit? So, Shanna,
Yeah.
what type of fish do you like? You said you
Wet ones.
prefer saltwater or freshwater? I guess I'm assuming saltwater, but
No, I can't.
or
I
you
don't
like
think I
both?
could. I don't have a favorite fish. I love saltwater for different reasons, and I love freshwater for different reasons. I love coral. Um, I'm learning to have a better relationship with freshwater plants. Like, but as far as a favorite, I don't have a favorite. I can tell you like what
Okay,
my
I'm gonna
favorite
call it a night,
freshwater
guys.
is.
Night, Joey.
I'll
Thank you
dip
for
Good
out.
night,
coming up.
Joey. Thanks for popping up. Sprite number 2.
So,
What up, chat? I see y'all down for your girl. You don't play, do you? Don't play at all.
I was I was waiting for. Anyways,
No, it was cool to have Joey pop up. That's sweet.
I liked having
Yeah.
I thought it was yeah. Anyways, I thought we could have him on for a few since he was up, and then I was hoping to get back to you.
Well, here we are.
Yes, Shanna is gonna be moving.
I am moving.
Do you have a
And-
place yet?
Yes, I do. I wish I was moving to Louisiana, but I'm not moving to Louisiana, and I actually don't wish I was moving there because I love Oregon. I'm moving to Washington. I'm renting 2 rooms in my best friend's parents' house.
In whose house?
My best friend's parents' house.
Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, they have extra room in their house. Like, they're mostly down in the basement, and I'd mostly be upstairs, and they're wanting to travel and stuff, and so having someone there would be good for them, and
So
I'm
not
wanting
too
to not pay $1,200 a month for a studio apartment.
so not too far then.
No, no. And Vancouver is like you can see Portland. Vancouver and Portland can see each other. They're just across the bridge, across the river.
I think it was like 10-15 minute drive to get from Washington to Portland. It was like at least to the airport, it was like a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive. Because I was with Bateson, and he lives in Washington.
Yeah.
He lives right over the bridge. So it wasn't too bad. But I don't know how far away you live from.
Well, this will be much closer to my work.
Okay.
I'm
so
going
how far?
from.
Wait. Oh, yeah, but you okay?
I'm going from like an hour and a half commute to like 20-25 minutes. So it's super significant difference. Oh, Visine says his girlfriend is from Camas. Yeah, I'm living on the Camas side of Vancouver.
Oh,
where I'm moving
okay.
to.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get Alex to come on next week. Hopefully,
That'd
we'll
be
see.
awesome.
I know he's super busy, but
So what other questions have you got there, Kevin?
So you started with saltwater.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you like both?
Mm-hmm.
Fresh salt?
Yes.
So what aspects of saltwater? What's your favorite part of doing saltwater? Is
The
it the fish
coral
or
and
the
the fish. I like both of them a lot. They're cool. And all of the other stuff, like the urchins and crabs and snails and shrimp. I feel like saltwater is just like it lends itself to being a community tank. Like you don't get as much as the species only.
So are you going to move all your tanks? How are you going to do that?
I'm going to
Since we're
drain
talking about it.
most of the water out, toss them in the back of the pickup, go straight there, put them where they're going to go and fill them back up with water and pray.
How many do you have again?
6. I'm super worried about the saltwater ones.
Yeah, well, I'm more worried about the corals. But let's see. Okay, so Stephen was asking Shanna, do you like saltwater best? What fish is kept and do you like having it?
I have clownfish and a chromie, and I really like having them, but I wouldn't say saltwater is my favorite. I think I probably like freshwater more. I do have saltwater hermit crabs in there.
That's cool. You're gonna be
And regular crabs.
You're gonna be moving closer to a mystery snail guardian, which is awesome.
Yup.
Hey, didn't he offer to do water changes at work?
Yeah.
I'm sure he would not mind helping move a few tanks.
Oh no, he definitely wouldn't. You jackass.
Yeah, I don't like that
It's my
noise.
evil twin.
I just don't like that noise that was there.
Yeah.
Then again, it is you know who it is. You know who.
Yeah, it's you know who.
Any hermit crabs in there? And if not, why?
Yes. Yep.
You do have hermits?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. How long till you think you're going to be able to get another axolotl? Or are you not going to get another axolotl?
I will. I'm pretty sure I know which axolotl I'm going to get. I'll probably get it after I've moved.
Kind? I don't know axolotls much. Kind, or do you have one in specific?
I have one that's specific.
Oh.
From a friend.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, IHSP. Saltwater can be relatively more colorful. But it's also hard because you can't have quite as many. Jeffrey says, I wouldn't talk Philly about my crabs either.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I will give you that, Mystery Snail Guardians. I was more talking about setting them up. But you've got a point there. She says, Kenny will break tanks if he tries to help move them. Maybe I could do a 10 like Ian. So, okay, so that's another question. Because I was talking to, what was it, Queen of Reef? And she was saying that it's harder to keep up, or you have to do a lot more with the smaller tanks, but then
Yeah.
larger tanks, getting it, if something goes wrong or parameters are out of whack, it's harder to get them back to where they should be.
I would say that smaller tanks are harder in every way, and larger tanks are easier in every way. Whether it's adjusting parameters or the stability of your parameters, especially with saltwater. Bigger's better. All day or day. Until you get to that point where you're still doing bucket water changes, I wouldn't go past the 55.
You wouldn't go past a 55
Mm-mm.
for saltwater?
If you're bucketing, no.
What do you mean? If you're bucketing versus like pump, what do you mean?
Versus a python or
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, even I would only do like a 20. I don't know if I do much more than a 20. That's just me. After like a 20, I had to get a python. Even then, adding water back is fun.
I thought you could do that with a python, add water back.
Not if you don't have the right adapter. My sink and my shower are a pain in the butt, and I have to do it. I have to run it outside into the backyard, which is further away. So I have a 50-foot python, but the only problem with the 50-foot python is I have to watch the tank, and then when I think it gets close to the top, which it's hard to tell because it was a reef tank, so there's God, what do you call them? The weir.
Oh, yeah.
With the weir, because it's a saltwater tank, and with the weir, it's hard to tell where that water line is.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm always gonna overflow. And so by the time I see where it's at, I'm always worried about getting back over to the to outside to where the nozzles are to be able to do it. To be able to make sure I get there in time.
What if you just had like a handle on the end of it that you could let go of the handle part and it would turn it off, and then you go outside and turn it off?
The problem,
like a garden spigot
so
thing?
It actually has that. It has a little. Let me get it. Just because it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that. It's a little where is it? Right here. It's a little control or ball valve, so you can actually that's not it. Where is the right one? But there's a little lever on it. The problem with that is it doesn't. The Python. It says on the Python when you get it, it cannot. Oh, here it is. Doi. I don't know, that little lever. So you can actually turn it off. The only problem with that is on the instructions it says can't be under pressure.
Well, that's as useless as tits on a pig's back.
So I'm like, because I was thinking that, and then my dad reminded me, because I don't see very well, so seeing labels and doing all that is a pain. But he's like, it said on there that it can't be under pressure. I'm like, well, great, that helps.
Don't feel bad, Kevin. You can't see him. I just don't like to follow him. I'm like, I don't know if that's really true. And then I try doing something, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was true.
Yeah, well, that might have been half of it, but yeah, I can't. I don't read instructions, and I can't see well enough. It's just I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. BDA, you are crazy. I would not do a water change for like a month if I was doing it that way. As it is with 5-gallon buckets, I didn't do that much. Kevin, get a tote and a pond pump. So I have a 55. No, not a 55. 35-gallon drum that I use. But it's
like a
still,
trash can.
Yeah, it's like it's right here. I can show, which one is it? This one? I have 2 cameras. Why, I don't know. But it's right.
Oh, yeah.
It's right there. So I have one, and then I have 2 pumps that I use. I have one I have one over here. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a controller right here, and it's Jabale. It's it was way more expensive than it needed to be, but I got it because it has to be able to go all the way up to that top tank, which is like 10 feet. I want to say maybe like 7 or 8 feet. And I was worried it wouldn't be able to get up that far. So I got a really big one. And so I got a really big one. So it actually is really,
How many more times can you say I got a really big one and expect me to pass on all the jokes?
Oh, I was actually, okay, if you must
I'm being
know,
so good.
I was waiting for you to. That's honestly what got me stuck. I was surprised I didn't hear anything out of your mouth.
I'm working on being better.
That's a first, Shanna.
I know.
But see, that's what trips me up, is that's not you.
I know.
So
I'm like, let the dick jokes flow.
But I honestly, I was worried about worried about it getting up there and the head pressure. But I mean, it's way too big.
Head pressure, and it's way too big. You got luxury problems, my friend. Too much head pressure, way too big. What are you even complaining about?
Oh, Shanna.
Your life is blessed.
I mean, they're 10-gallon tanks, so it fills up really quickly.
Yeah, does it? That sounds terrible.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Get your head out of your ass, Shanna.
I can't. It's just there. You guys literally asked for this.
Oh, jeez.
I can't help myself because I have poor impulse control.
Yeah, that's definitely me. So, what?
So poor head pressure fills up too fast. Or too much head pressure. Too big, fills up too fast.
Actually, so it goes on the lowest setting, but it fills up really quickly. And I'm already drained out of my 5-gallon. I'm like, wow. So, I mean, it's good that I have it that big, but I probably oversized it. Although I was really worried that it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough to get all the way up there. So that's why I did it. But yeah, now it flows a little bit too easily. Yeah, I know. There's another joke in there. Yeah, I know.
Also, GRB's talking about changing his channel name to Aquariums and Guitars, and I am fully in support of that.
Oh, heck
also,
yeah.
I want to hear you play guitar. Play music to me. Or I will keep singing, and nobody wants that.
I actually went on. He's done I know it's probably too late for you, just because it. Well, yeah, it's probably really late because he's in Australia. But I think it was this past not this past week, but the week before, the Wednesday or Thursday, I forget, because one of those days I didn't, and it was awesome because He actually was playing, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, he does a lot of live streams and videos. Let's see.
I don't
Okay,
understand how I've missed this.
well, I have so
What
many
the French
mods.
toast?
I have so many
Somebody
mods.
needs to post the link. Let me make sure this is turned on
Nobody
right there.
ever does.
GR.
I guess I need to pay more. Oh yeah, wait, I don't at all. Let's see. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Give me 1 second. I have him in here. GRB. Here we go. Come on, chat. Here we go.
Jenna P would be the best mod.
Who?
Jenna P. 2005. Her husband is Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He's all right. She's super rad.
He's all right. He's just all right. He's okay. He's
Steven says, I posted one link. Now I'm resting.
Yeah, I know. He's a mod. Let's see. Oh.
All right, my man. Do you have any more questions?
Those were the main ones. Thank you. I know it's been 2 hours, and I know you said an hour and a half, so thank you.
Oh, yeah. No
I really appreciate
problem.
it.
Thanks for having me up. This has been super fun. Thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure and hang out after I go to bed for shenanigans. I will be joining in chat.
And then, yeah. And go, if you haven't already, which I don't know why you haven't, go subscribe to her channel. I think, well, I don't think. It is pinned or posted in chat, and I don't know if one of my mods would be willing to put it in chat again. I'd appreciate it. But thank you so much, Shanna. I really do appreciate you coming up.
My pleasure. Thank you. I will see you next time, my friend.
Bye, Shanna. Shameless plug. We'll be on with Biz tomorrow night. Woohoo! Yeah, that's awesome, Dee Dee.